Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. We start with football news. The Ghana Football Federation has announced the commencement of the GFF Elite League Season 3, scheduled for Sunday, November 19. Here's Kristen McLingham with the details.
The Elite League Season 3 is scheduled to kick off on Sunday, November 19 at the National Track and Field Center, Lenora, with an expanded league and greater emphasis on player-oriented initiatives. The new season will see 6 of the top clubs added to the pool of elite teams following the issuance of their CONCACAF club licenses in September 2017. These teams are Western Tigers FC, Cougars FC, New Amsterdam United FC, Ansgrove FC, Den Amstel FC, and Mile Rock FC. According to Ian Alves, competitions director of the GFF, the players will be the primary focus of the league. Players will be provided with accreditation to attend all GFF-sanctioned events. Clubs have also been asked to insure their players, a process with which the GFF has facilitated with the insurance provider. Alves further stated that the GFF is looking forward to a competitive season with the additional clubs and incentives. He said the players also have a responsibility to ensure this is realized. Players have been asked to bring their best game on each match day in order to make the league attractive to the fans. Additionally, there will be prizes for the Golden Boot, Golden Glove, and Most Valuable Player MVP. There will be a grand opening ceremony scheduled for 1500 hours. The opening doubleheader will feature Fruta Conquerors FC versus New Amsterdam FC from 1730 hours and GDF FC versus Western Tigers FC at 2000 hours. Among the prizes up for grabs for the season's winners are $5 million for the winner, $2 million for the second place team, $1 million for the third place team, and $500,000 for the fourth place team. Reporting for HGP Sport, I am Kristen McLingham.
Thank you, Kristen. Coordinators 3P Promotions have released the fixtures for the Guinness Greatness in the Streets Georgetown Zone playoffs, which is scheduled to be played this Friday. Here's more in this report.
According to a release from 3P Promotions, because of the overwhelming response by teams from various parts of Georgetown, they intend to include as many communities as possible, as this year's entry have surpassed previous years. The playoff stages of the tournament is anticipated to be very exciting and expected to have a large turnout by fans to support teams of their respective communities. It is quite interesting to see who will join the 16 automatic qualifiers to make up the required 32 teams to contest the tournament, which commences on November 22 at California Square in East Ruimveldt. The close-off date for teams to submit entries for both segments is November 16, and teams are being urged to adhere to the request of the organizers so that the group draws could be made early. Forms can be uplifted from Banks ZH Limited Caesars Palace Durban Street location or referee coordinator Wayne Griffith on 697-7777 or 3P Promotions Royal Welch on telephone number 688-1776 and Duncan Saul at Stabrook News. Teams that fail to submit entries by the stipulated deadline will not be permitted to play. Here's a list of the fixtures for teams that have already registered.
The international friendly match between Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago played on Tuesday evening ended in a 1-1 draw. Sheldon Holder for the Guyana team scored in the 19th minute and Shadon Winchester of the Trinidad national team in the 60th minute. Wayne Dover, interim head coach of the Golden Jaguars, said, "The game was tough and our players stuck to the game plan and defended well. In the transition, they posed a serious threat to Trinidad, and on one of the many breaks, we scored. However, there was an overration and we conceded." And now in badminton, Norayan Ramdani won gold in the under-23 men's singles at the 2017 VRC Remembrance Day Open Badminton Tournament in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. You'll hear more in this report.
Guyanese Norayan Ramdani, playing out of shuttle sport and seeded number 1 in the tournament, was victorious. He defeated Zizan Zhang of British Columbia in Zone 5, 21-15 and 21-7. He then went on to play and beat the number 2 seeded player, Jarin Davidson, of the North Central Badminton Academy 25-23, 21-27. The first match of the game was set to 20-all, and Narayan pulled through to win the first game at 25-23, and went on to win the next game 21-7 and won the match. The Ghana Badminton Association said it is pleased with Ramdani's great achievement in just over 1 year in the scholarship program at Shuttlesport Badminton Academy. They further stated that they hope he will get the necessary support from the relevant sport authorities, as he is definitely a strong candidate to make the Olympics one day, with his continuous upwards achievements throughout the years. Narayan hopes to participate in the next tournament, the 2017 Yonex K&D Graphics International Challenge in California, USA, from December 19 to 22, 2017.
And internationally, an Argentine football executive has taken his life after being accused of bribery at a FIFA corruption trial in New York. You'll hear more in this report.
Jorge Delhon, former Argentine football official, killed himself on Tuesday, the same day that he was accused of taking bribes during the second day of a FIFA corruption trial that began in New York this week. He was found dead on rail tracks in the Lanús suburb of Buenos Aires after colliding with a train. Former sports marketing executive Alejandro Burzaco, who was indicted and is now a key witness for the U.S., has already pleaded guilty to handing out millions of dollars in bribe to a raft of senior officials in South American football. Some of the world's biggest broadcasters, including Fox News, Globo, and Grupo Televisor, were also named in connection with the corruption of international football. The U.S. investigation into corruption at the world's football governing body, FIFA, was revealed in May 2015. Federal prosecutors in New York have since indicted more than 40 sports and football executives.
And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Before we go, remember, adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. Goodbye.